ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing today? As you can see, you guys are in my new apartment. I have moved in with Haley. It's her, me, and good old Zoe here. Yep. Yeah, hi girl. Ugh. You stink, you know that? You stink. Ugh. It's not just her either, it's my boy Ollie, but I don't think he's gonna come out. Take it back, I got my boy Ollie. He decided to show up for a quick second. Hi, Bo. Hi, boy. Then my boy. Oh, fuck. I probably shouldn't have even gotten a hold of either of them, because now they aren't going to leave me alone throughout the rest of this video. And I'm going to look like a negligent parent, not paying attention to my kids. Today, what we are going to react to is a certain analog horror series that I've heard a lot about. It's called the Mandela Catalogue, and there's like 4 volumes to it, but I want to go ahead and we're just going to start off with the first one, Mandela Catalogue Volume 1. And guys, without further ado, you know the drill. Alright guys, this is the Mandela Catalogue Volume 1 in 3, 2, 1.
Define hostile organisms that we'll refer to as alternates.
Alternate.
Until we have a complete heuristics. If you see another person that looks identical to you, run away and hide. To break into your home of psychological warfare to take advantage of their
psychological warfare.
While we heavily discourage any form of contact or communication with an alternate, we make exceptions for attempts at executing them yourself.
Exceptions for executing them. Ooh. The think principle. I can't think, so I think I'm gonna die. To tell an authority figure about your encounter, hinder the alternate's movement, identify the class type. There's types. Neutralize the alternate if safe to do so. Kill. Know your place in reality. This is actually really creepy, that fucking one face. Are these people that have been killed by the alternates? Or they are alternates, or what?
I'm on my way to the ER, but could you do me a favor?
Yeah, of course. What is it?
I just need you to come over and turn on the cameras we have set up. You know the ones that we installed after we were robbed?
Oh, yeah. Would you mind if I asked why?
Oh, well, she screamed really loud right before I found her on the ground. I just...
Well, do you have your doors and windows locked?
Well, this one reminds me of that Local 58 one. What is it? You're on the fastest available route or whatever. I don't know what's going on, but these alternate figures, I mean, if they're those types of alternates, right? Oh, with all those differing types, just... yeah, it's kind of freaky. It's pretty freaky, actually. I love this analog horror stuff. It is so unnerving. That's a creepy camera angle. No, so wait a minute. Is this that friend coming over to the house to turn on all that cameras and whatever? Oh, and I bet these are all the camera angles and stuff. Oh, that door was closed originally, I thought. Now it's open. What the hell? Sound increase detected at 5:34 a.m.
Who are you? Get away from me! No!
This is creepy as fuck, man. Bad decision, Mark.
call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up and then dial your operator. If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, hang up.
Okay, so it's illegal. So this tape is illegal. Mandela County Police Department training video. Emergency call operator. Error. Error.
Here at the Mandela Catalogue.
Record your child's responses. They're just birds, man. Hell, this whole video is me recording my response. Daddy didn't tuck me in, and there's a man in the closet. Scary Night by Mark, age 4. Mandela Elementary, grade 4th grade. Wait, no, like, I guess maybe like 4 or kindergarten or whatever, because he said, Daddy didn't check under my bed last night, so I went to Mommy's room. Almost at Mommy's room, then I saw the man in the corner. Him. And then I fell asleep. The end. Okay. Just some pictures of everyday stuff. Family and... yeah, there's pictures of really mundane stuff. An intruder. Module complete. If anything unexpected occurred during the test, let your advisor know immediately. Well, that was the Mandela Catalogue, Volume 1, analog horror right there. That's like perfect analog horror, and like it's, I can clearly tell, like, you know, it's the first chapter, so like I bet Volume 2 is scarier, and then I bet Volume 3 is scarier than 2, and I know there's a 4th one that is just out, so, and I bet that one's probably the scariest one yet. I get that it's probably going to build up to it, but I mean, overall, just for like looking at this video, ignoring all the other videos, this one is actually very unsettling. Well, guys, without further ado, let's hop into the quality and production. So for the quality and production of the Mandela Catalogue Volume 1, I would definitely go ahead and say that it's well made. It definitely has a lot of the same characteristics as Local 58, but it definitely does manage to hold a very good analog horror feel. It managed to capture that feel really well, and it sets up a really good environment for future scares to come along. So overall, I think it's pretty well made. The only thing is that I feel like as if in this one, because you want to hook the audience in, you know, and though I think it does hook me in for the most part, I think that just a little bit more, or just like one really big moment that would clue us into like what the rest of the series is going to be about, kind of deal, would have been sufficient in helping me be hooked on for Volume 2, because I mean, I probably will do a Volume 2 reaction at some point on Scariest Media, so yeah, overall for the quality of production, I think it's well made and just has it leaves a little bit to be desired. So I'm going to go ahead and give for the quality of production a 1.5 out of 2. For the realism, now let's pretend that alternates were to exist, right? Would the government be putting stuff out about it? Yes. Would they be broadcasting to you about like what you should and shouldn't do? Yes. The news stations and everything would be broadcasted live and like would warn you about what alternates look like, the types of them, what to stay away from, and what not to do if you were to encounter them. So that right away is already half the battle. The other half of the battle is like, how realistic would it be to, I don't know, like how realistic is this video in the context of this world that it's setting up? So this video has a lot going on. It has like a training video going on. It has like holding your baby up and showing like the baby like images that are on the screen and recording its response. And I mean, though I think that all these things are definitely part of like this greater scheme, this greater big world that the Mandela Catalogue is setting up, I think that unless what it is maybe the Mandela Catalogue stands for, it's a catalog of all of the stuff that has been like taking place throughout this entire thing. So like maybe none of them even need to be linked. I don't know. So basically, because there's definitely a lot of questions that still need to be answered, and there's definitely some confusing moments that just don't add up. I think that for the realism, it definitely is there, but it doesn't manage to keep a hold of that realism when you start to like pick at like just when you start to pick at it, basically. So for realism, guys, I'm gonna give it like a 1.25 out of 2. Gore score. So this is supposed to be a very psychologically horror-filled mess. Like as you said, like as the video said, these alternates, they play with psychological warfare, which in my opinion is debatably the worst kind of warfare, because you can cut somebody's legs off, but if you mentally break them, that person will be unable to do anything for the rest of their life, kind of deal. And so when we look at this and we slowly start to realize what the alternates are, kind of like how the broadcasts aren't necessarily in favor of the American public or the Mandela population, right? It's legitimately kind of scary and psychologically affecting when you kind of get this feeling of isolation, this feeling of you are alone inside of this big universe, despite there being doppelganger alternate type beings that are roaming around and look like everybody else. The whole idea of locking yourself in your house, not being allowed to leave, using a gun to defend yourself if you absolutely needed to should an alternate come into your house, the broadcast telling you to stay inside and then warning you about going out and meeting one of these alternate beings, and it adds up to this feeling of isolation, and it really, really works. It makes you feel alone. And I think in that aspect, it does a good job. Once again, it lacks a lot of the stuff that I would be looking for. I want more to grab onto. I want there to be more. Now, given that might be a volume 2 thing or a volume 3 thing, but I want more to grab onto. So for now, I'm just going to give it a 1.5 out of 2 for the gore score. Moving on to creep factor. Now, this is just purely looking at the skit as a whole on a creepy basis. I definitely think it's unnerving. It has plenty of moments that give like that, like chill down your spine feel, there are a few moments where I kind of want to look over my shoulder and make sure, oh, there's not an alternate over there in the doorway. Where it gets creepy, and it gets you to kind of want to look over your shoulder and make sure is there not an alternate, and it definitely that isolation feel definitely helps to set you into the atmosphere, set you into the mood that this series is bringing you into. And so for that reason alone, I feel it's a very good 3 out of 4. Just as I said, nice little added punch to the gut would have helped. So for our boy, the Mandela Catalogue, we have a 1.5 out of 2 on the quality production, a 1.25 out of 2 on the realism, a 1.5 out of 2 on the gore score, and a 3 out of 4 on the creep factor. That brings the Mandela Catalogue Volume 1 to a 7.25 out of 10, which is a creepy rating. And I mean, I definitely feel that's an appropriate score. It's definitely It's definitely a creepy video, but it doesn't pack as much of a punch as it probably will later on. Well, guys, my name is Brendan Reviews, and I hope you guys have a great day, evening, night, whatever the fuck time you guys are watching this. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for the 20th episode, because that's next, right? Yeah, the 20th episode is the next one. I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna do. Fuck, I'm out of ammo, so can't even answer the fucking thing. But I love these things. This thing is such a fucking unnecessarily cool thing. Whatever. Have a good rest of your night. Fuck.